multiple people in my life, I've learned a lot. I've matured a lot into the person that I am. So, of course, it changed. Of course, the way that I would want to manifest my significant other changed. But originally, without being tainted, without knowing the negatives of life, without knowing anything that wrong could happen, I would literally want to meet my significant other in nature, somewhere in nature, in a very tropical setting, like in nature, and that be the lifestyle that we live, literally. And I have my land, and he has his land, and he has things on his land, and I have things on my land, and we're both into business pursuits with what we're growing and what we're adding to our community and how we're saving the world in this aspect and that aspect, and maybe potentially, fall for each other in some kind of way. You know, you know, of course have children. You gotta get married, honey. You gotta get married. Like, you know what I'm saying? But logistics, I tell you, what I specifically want. But that's here and tell you, specifically.
Yeah, I thought.
That's beautiful.
So I'm not gonna hold you
Got
guys. Me and my husband, we've been together for 11 years, and I met him when he was 23 and I was 26. And to make a long story short, like it's been even a harder journey because it's my twin flame. We have several soulmates, but we only have one twin flame. So, um, I think the thing that kept us holding on to each other is when you really love someone, when it's pure. First of all, you don't try to change them. You accept them for who they are, and you
facts.
have to accept the good and bad. So my husband never came into the relationship trying to change me. He would let me know the things he didn't like, but he didn't try to change or control me, which is unusual because most men try to control. That's just facts. Um, but relationships are not that complicated. We make them complicated because we make a list in our mind of all these things we want. And then when we meet someone, we want to lay the list down and have them fit that criteria.
Right.
When that's not how things go. When you truly love someone, you have to, it's like when you make a sandwich, you try to cut off the crust and just eat the white piece of the bread. But you got to eat the whole sandwich. You can't just love the good part about someone.
Yeah, you don't have to eat. You.
I agree. I
But
agree.
I'm gonna let my husband chime in because I talk to people on. But it's been a blessing because we're at the point now where it's like and it was just like I don't want to say love at first sight because that sounds like cliche, but it was like we just clicked
Kind of tough.
immediately.
That we was building on
So, what is
knowledge.
your take on
I like
polygamy? That
you.
was the topic that we were really
I'm just
talking
saying.
I
about.
can't with you.
Feel me?
Polygamy should involve.
Huh?
Goddess, what is your husband's name?
Um,
Knowledge.
Oh,
peace and blessings to all the kings and queens, man.
hey, Knowledge.
The thing is, right in the streets. Like, I'm from the streets. I don't believe in. I didn't. Well, at that time, love at first sight is something that's in movies or something that's in a book. When you meet somebody and you just have this feeling, you don't know what it is, but it's different than
Right.
anything you ever felt. met my wife, it was like, you know what, I love you so much because you like me, and I am a challenge, and you are one too. So I think when you meet somebody that you wanna how
Build
can I
with.
say like yeah build with, but not only build with, but tell your flaws to. That's hard because we're secretive people, black people. We don't like to tell because we're
Yeah.
scared people's going to use that against you when
Yeah.
they break
Yeah.
up or something like that.
Yeah.
So we don't talk about our mental health. We don't talk about certain things. But when you love somebody, you'll tell them about your sexual abuse. You'll tell them, and then that let the next person know, like only people that love you tell you things like that. So we do though, we give our emotions to the wrong and give our energy, and then what we do is we replace that with the flaws that we made in the last person. So I think if we just open our hearts up as well as we open our brains up, then the right people will come in. But a lot of times we manifest people based on our emotions, like, you know what, at that time I feel like I want a man, but then next week you want a man. So I think the universe will give you that person when you're ready, not when you're ready,
Mhm.
but when the universe says, you know what, because if it wasn't for my wife, I'd be dead or in jail. So it was the universe that gave me something to live for, and I didn't love my, you know
So
what I mean? So
wise.
That.
it
That's what's up.
We're so glad you came up here.
Oh my
oh,
gosh,
peace and blessings.
oh my gosh, oh
Listen,
my gosh, this is giving me
you
so
guys
much
That's
fun.
true.
follow my
That's true.
page.
That's true.
Wait, I
Yeah,
need
you
to follow
guys.
everybody in the panel.
And number
That's
Yeah,
six,
true.
Hey,
Except
That's
for
coming
highlights
from a
because I
man's
don't agree with his
and
perspective.
even
vibe.
number six, I
Except
nah,
appreciated
nah.
it.
That was true.
I was about to say, you heard me? I fuck with the God nature, boy. You heard me?
of
You don't need
Who?
to
course you
follow.
do.
Wait,
Of
what?
course you do. Of
Who?
course you
Nah,
do. But anyway, guys,
you don't need to
listen,
follow
listen,
me.
listen, listen, listen. I don't know
You
where you
you
went.
just saying that.
I got something to say. I got something to say,
Nah,
y'all.
real rap.
This panel is giving me so much life. I follow everybody on the panel except for the men because I'm not sure about your mindsets. But listen, this situation is giving me so much life. But I got honor. I love you. I'm gonna talk to you later. See you later. See y'all later.
Peace,
445.
peace, Queen.
Goodbye.
Peace
Combination.
and blessings and love, baby.
So, knowledge. Um, do you take in consideration? I don't know if you lead your household or you and Goddess are 50-50, but do you take into consideration?
Hell yeah. The thing about me, and me as a man, every man is different. Every man, you have good men. You got, see, evil don't come with gender.
Yeah.
It's just a person. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of good men out there, but this is what's real reality. A lot of men get the shit in the stick, and that's true. It takes sometimes a good woman to even change a man. You know what I mean? So a lot of men has a perception of a man should do what he wants. That's the perception. Like, oh man, I'm a man. I should do what I want. That is cool. You should, to a degree. You should do what you want when it comes to, like, if you want to. You shouldn't. If my wife lifted something too heavy, sometimes she's stubborn. She said, "I'm gonna do it." I have to step up and say, "Hold on, I'm the man. I'll lift this shit up." But if it's like something like going out or something like that, I don't control that because at the end of the day, that's her life. Like I'm just happy to be part of it. I'm not here to control it. Like that's just my thing. I'm not here to control you. But some men believe if I control you, you love me. That's not how it works because
No.
if a person love you, they're going to just be under your control in general. So you don't have to force control because when a person love you, they'll just roll with it. But some men just believe that because of conversations I hear where a man feels as though, like, well, if a woman ain't bowing down to you, then you ain't no man. But all the
Right.
flock together. So for me, if you're a good woman and you're a strong woman, it's going to throw a lot of men that might look good, but they're not strong enough for you. They got the looks, but they don't have the strength. So what might come with that? The man that you are going to get is a man that's willing to deal with you, and they can tell from the door. Men ain't stupid, but we do a lot of stupid shit. But when we see you, we can tell. Hold on, Shorty ain't gonna just let me. Oh, Shorty ain't like you could tell. Like we can tell, and a lot of men don't want to put their time in that because it's not microwave results. It's not quick.
Right. Ooh,
So you can
highlight.
You know what I mean? So you can tell by what that man, even
I'm
how he talks to you, how he treats you. And I'm gonna keep it real. It's a lot of men that know how to talk their way into your drawers. I'm gonna tell you something. There's some guys right now that can tell you, hey, how you doing, queen? Oh, you look so beautiful, and they won't even try to have sex with you. They will even, you would think, is he gay? Because and I'm gonna tell you something. Those is the trickiest ones, the ones that don't show you who they are in the beginning. Those is the trickiest ones because it's a reason why they're hiding.
Fact.
And soon as they bro, now they're
Fact.
standing 4 o'clock in the morning. Now they talk. So things you gotta watch out for. If you want to be with somebody, find somebody like you. Find somebody with those same flaws, with those same. Cause you know why? Y'all gonna change each other.
Yeah, man.
It,
Some people, they'll say all the good things about their relationships, and they won't say the bad things, the disagreements. So what a lot of people who project, what I'm saying, who's been together a long time and they project just a happy relationship, you always got to look at that with the side eye. And then if
yes,
you
you do.
ask, if you ask, like, so what's some of the problems that you guys have in your relationships, and we start discussing these problems, you will see that the problems stem from, the not having roles, or not having structure, and just having a mind state of I'm me and you're you and you do what you want and things like that. You understand? So women love that romantic movie type of love, but that's why when a lot of men talk, they could fill women head with that. But at the end of the day, there needs to be leadership. You understand? There needs to be structure, and we need to understand each other, like what it is. The man needs to have that mission, and like I said, she if she wants to agree, she can agree. You understand, or not.
I
You
agree with
understand?
that.
But
I
That's
agree.
that's just
that's
how I roll.
would my brother, did you want to speak before me? You like
No, that's why I shut up when you was about to talk.
okay. So listen, it's factual. It's true. Us as men and women, we do have our certain roles, right?
Yes.
That's understanding understood.
Yes.
We
Facts.
also have an understanding of one another where we both bow down to one another. And I don't mean like, oh, put your knee this way. Your femininity is more so than his masculinity. It's not that aspect. It's an understanding that yes, my baby, I know that you move your way and how you need to be, and you have your mind state in the way you need to be, and I know that your aspect, my man, is your aspect, and you need to be. And yes, we will have conflict, people.
Yes.
Yes, the conflict will be there. However, you have to be with a person that understands the conflict that they're getting into at the same time that they want to be in that conflict with you. I don't know if you all understand me in that aspect or you may not. And I can't build you on that. You have to go to that part by yourselves. However, we are all great. And at any given time, you're supposed to treat each others in a grateful manner.
Yes.
Like super, super great. Like how the hell is you out here beating a woman or telling a woman she's supposed to be this or that and you gotta give me this? Or how can a woman be a certain way to a man and doing that to him either? We have to bring some type of balance
Right.
That's a
in
fact.
this
And
thing.
trust. And you have to trust. I trust you with my everything.
That
I
too.
trust you with my everything. I trust you. Listen to me. I trust that you will lead us in the right way. That's what I trust my man to do.
There you go. Lead you in the right way.
With
Yes.
the understanding that I do have some say so.
We
You
we we both got say so.
Yeah,
We both have
exactly.
a say so.
Exactly. And you take my opinion, my thoughts into consideration. That's what I mean by leading.
Of course.
Not your
Exactly.
way, or not his way or the highway. Not her
Uh,
way or the highway. No.
Exactly.
at that
Because
at
I'm
that
gonna tell you. Can
at
I
the
also interject one time? Let me tell you, because for
uh,
me, and the men that I dealt with, even men that I've dealt with before, the men I'm personally just with and been with for a moment at a time. Your man, when when a man loves you in a certain type of way, he is not gonna make he will be fucked up with him within himself if he causes you any type of harm. When I'm telling you, it will bother him in a certain way, in a certain manner that you're feeling bad. It will fuck with him more than it fuck with you as a woman if he's your man. That's real talk. He'll come to you and be like, baby, damn. He'll be like, baby, I'm oh fuck. He be fucked up, and I don't talk about come back and fuck you up.
Seven. What are you talking about?
Ain't none of that.
Yo,
He's what he will freaking be. He'll feel worse than you if he treated you in any type of manner. Like say for instance, he have a day that he didn't wild out on you. I ain't talking about physical. I'm talking about just being belligerent through his words. And then you going to him and you like, I ain't fucking with you. Like, get away from me. I'm just talking in layman's terms, this the worldly terms. I ain't fucking with you. Get away from me. You know how you do
Yeah,
a
that
woman?
goes vice versa. That's if a female, if she loves you, she will hurt herself more hurting you, and if a man loves you, vice versa. That's human nature.
right.
Come on.
Well, yeah, that's
Part self.
understood.
Yeah, that's human nature. That I mean, as long as you got a soul, unless you don't have no soul.
But everybody
We're
don't
not speaking
practice that
about
in human
soul. We're
nature
talking
though.
about just the
Yeah, that's true.
factual of if a man truly cares for you, he is going to rectify the situation within himself to correct
Yeah, if a man
himself.
really loves you though, he's not gonna put himself in a position where he gotta
No,
rectify it.
because you do have him. If you in this experience, it is gonna be points that he will have to rectify himself. Child, you in experience.
You see.
Yes, it will be.
I mean, every
Yes, it
relationship
will
is
be.
to
No, no,
to
no, baby.
it's
This
like
thing
you're
ain't
gonna be
perfect.
taught a
It
lesson,
ain't
but
perfect, baby. It ain't
no,
perfect.
nothing's perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's perfect because every relationship is here to teach you something.
Right.
That's if you're in a relationship, I'm talking about every relationship, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with your parents, your relationship with the person you love and your life partner.
Yeah.
They're all here to teach you something. Some people stay in relationships longer than they supposed to. That person was supposed to come and teach you one thing and you're supposed to keep it moving. You
We're
done
not
gave this
speaking
person
on that
9 years of your
aspect.
life.
That's not the aspect I'm speaking of. I'm
What
talking about the
aspect are you
person
speaking
that you're
Right.
with.
Hey,
I'm talking about the person that you choose to
number.
go through the experience with, that they will sit there with you. Because for one, we was talking about polygamy, right? So
Right.
for one,
Oh yeah,
and
y'all was
I'm
talking
not a
about polygamy.
polygamist, but if you're in a relationship, polygamy or non-polygamy,
Ah, the shit.
they will correct themselves when they do something that is incorrect to you
You saying
to
this to say what?
Yeah,
rectify the
but
situation.
that's like I thought she was speaking on just a man and a woman relationship. That's not even relating to polygamy. If y'all want to talk about polygamy, let's talk about it.
We've
We all
already been
yeah we
having that.
Okay,
yeah.
well apparently
Hey, but
nobody
number five.
understood.
Hey,
So
number five. You wanted to say something, brother?
I thought y'all let me
Redeemer.
mic that.
Yeah, which what we getting on? What we
Oh,
We
talking
was
about?
talking about
nah,
polygamy, I guess.
nah. Before we started, I thought you.
No, that's not what we were talking about.
Oh, go ahead. So Tree, what we was talking about?
Grateful was talking about the man and the woman's relationship.
Oh,
That's what we were talking about polygamy earlier.
okay.
But
Yeah,
it,
man.
it it all circles around back to that eventually.
I,
Just
But
the
I
we're
got
man.
just
a question. I got
yeah.
So you
so
saying that the man and the woman relationship, right? Like, how can we make that better
no, no,
for
no.
each other? Is that
So basically, like a lot of these women, they just agreed. They just agreed that um they should be themselves and have their own within a relationship. And the perspective I brought to it, I'm like, it should be like a structure. Like it should be something. When you choose your man, you should agree with his mission, and his mission, it should be, beneficial for you. And within that relationship, everything should be 50-50. It shouldn't be any, you have your own,
Right.
anything like
I
that.
Now,
understand.
highlights tell
I
the
think
truth.
it's
Now, you said that we
100%
should
and
not
100.
lose our own
You're gonna put me on
identity.
mute
You
again.
said
I put
we
on.
should not lose our
Oh
identity.
shoot.
Hold on, you
I
You,
said
think
what?
it's 100%, 100%, not 50-50. I think you give your all and he gives his all, and y'all bring it together.
well,
Nah,
You
highlights
know
is
what I
talking
mean? I
about
hate
from
when
the
they say 50
polygamy
because where's the
side.
other percentage going
He's
to
talking
other
about
things?
from the polygamy side.
Oh shit! See, I keep getting confused. So we
Okay,
talking about
highlights is a
okay.
He's the only one up here, I believe, that is polygamous. So when he's speaking, that's the world he's speaking from.
Highlight when you say 50. Okay, I'm
I'm
confused.
polygamous too, just so you know.
Oh, who is
Oh, okay,
that? Who is
I
that?
believe it.
Number two.
That yeah, that's who was speaking.
Number two, you polygamous?
hell no, he can't be.
Really
Yes,
though?
I am. I just run it different from you.
Oh wow! I
And
wouldn't
that's
have got
another
that
thing. Like
vibe. I didn't
polygamy
get that
ran
vibe,
so many different
brother.
ways. Like everybody got their own way of how they run their relationship. If
Right.
it's a woman and a
Cause
man,
they
or
got two totally
multiple women
different ideas.
and a man.
Yeah, my queens have to have their own empires.
See, everybody got their own way.
Yeah, my queens have to have their own. We all have our own empires.
Nah,
Right.
we are the empire. I don't
No, we
believe
all have.
they
Like
have
for you,
their own
listen. For you,
That's
let
what
me
I
explain this. For the
think.
what
women,
is
my way is basically this: is that I feel that I am not going to stop who that woman is or what she wants to do with her life when I met her. So what I look at for a woman is a woman who has the ability to run her own empire because she's stepping into another empire. So the thing is, it's like if you're a fashion designer and you're trying to get your own empire as a fashion designer up, I am going to help you get your own empire so you can be self-sufficient for yourself. Just in case that we break up or whatever like that, you still need to go back into what you were originally fighting for yourself.
Wait a minute.
I
Wait.
like that.
That's like a prenup though. That's like saying that your relationship is going to fail before it
right,
even starts
right,
because you
and
have
that's what I
oh
was
this
telling them. Like,
is
No,
going
that's
to
not what it
backfire.
means.
Time out
That's not what
first.
it means. I'm sorry,
Let me
that's not what it
speak.
means.
Let me speak real quick.
Let
Let
me
me
pause.
speak
explain it
real
to
quick.
you. Let me explain it to you.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
explain it to you. That's not what it
Okay.
means. What it actually means is that just in case something happens, I don't know what's going to happen for the future. All I
Right.
want is for the woman to be able not to go back to zero because something happened between me and her. I want her to have her own empire that she enjoys doing. So just in case something happened, she can go
Right.
back and continue to own her journey before she even met me.
That is a prenup.
He don't
What
want
the
he don't
that's
man. He
saying
don't
the
take care
relationship
of
might
nothing.
fail before it even starts. Am I lying, y'all?
Right. That's what I told him. That's what I told him at first. That's what
Yeah,
I said. Sound like you focusing on the negative
exactly.
before anything. I'm like, I'm not worrying about that. Like,
And
why?
so, so Jazzy,
I'm not focused on
all
the
the
negative. I'm not
not
negative
the
at
focus
all.
of the and what it's saying
I'm not.
is
Hold on. Wait.
instead of being
I'm not focusing on the negative at all.
it's
What
not
I'm saying, this is
on the
just
negative.
my requirements if I'm in a polygamy relationship. Listen, I am not going to take on the burden of taking care of five different women when those
Why?
women can take care of
No,
themselves.
it's not about
I'm going to teach the woman to be self-sufficient for herself.
and
So,
that's nothing
so
wrong.
that's what you say?
But all about it's nothing wrong with that. Okay,
Okay,
now if somebody come into a polygamous relationship, right? Everybody got their own gifts and their own things to bring to that relationship.
right.
You understand? So when you do that, you all put all your gifts and your talents together and you build that up into one empire, one nation. That's how you build
No,
together.
that's
But
how.
you
No,
don't do
wait.
it. Oh, this is
That's
Right.
how
your
you.
square.
Right.
This is
No,
my
wait, wait,
square.
wait,
This
wait,
is
wait.
the. You're not gonna have no foundation
Right.
No,
because you
listen what I'm
building a
saying.
house over
Listen,
here,
listen.
you
Yes,
building
I
a house over
will.
there.
I'm
Man,
about
let
to
her
You
explain
understand
it
talk.
what
to
I'm
you.
Let her
saying?
talk. Let her talk. G. Let
I'm
her
gonna let you
talk.
explain it to you because she's talking
Man,
about what I do and she don't
let
have an
her.
understanding.
No. I'm not talking about how you doing it. This is my perspective of it. This is
Yeah,
what
it's
I
not
perceive
personal.
of what you're
Let's just
saying.
not even take stuff personal.
Yeah.
And
No.
let's
I'm
just
not
talk
saying
about
that. yeah, like I said, it's not a negative. I don't
So
feel like
three.
how
We
created
building people.
how you
Keep
say your
it
family is
going.
negative
Say
at
what
all.
you
I
just
love
say
it.
what you
I
just
love
said again.
it. We
Three. Say
building.
what you just
Right.
said.
So you're saying
Right.
it won't be a foundation if
Thank
everybody
you.
has their own shit.
Right.
Thank
For
you.
me, it
Right.
would be a foundation. To me, I found a way through my way is to be able to have multiple women who have their own empire. So
Them,
just let me give an
them women
example.
cheating on
Wait a
But
you,
minute,
man.
hold on,
putting
let me give
into
an
the same
example.
pot,
Say
right?
woman 1 has her own fashion design company. Woman 2 has her own publishing company, and woman 3 has her own photography business. And
Okay.
me, I am to filmmaking. Okay, so that means that what that does for my empire and what we're building together is that I need literature in my film department. I need music in my films. I need photography in my films. They need films to be able to help them in literature. They need films to help them in music. They need films to help them in photography. So by them being the heads of their own empires, we bring all that together and we create even a more bigger empire.
That's
Right.
how it.
That's building on one empire, not multiple. You
Right.
understand what
No,
I'm saying? You're
Right.
using
no,
your
it's not.
talents and you're
Because if
using
it
your
was one,
skills
listen, wait a minute. No,
and you're bringing
because
them
if it
all
was one
together to make
empire,
one,
if
not
it's just
multiple.
like this. It's just like this. It's just like America when it goes to war, right? So I'm going to war with the world in order to accomplish my goals. So when America goes to war, what they do is they get allies, and those allies are good at what they do. So they'll go get Croatia, they'll go get North Vietnamese, they'll go
That's
get all these
business
other
partner, brother.
nations
That's not.
that
That's not. That's
Yeah,
not
I'm confused in a
like
bitch.
see, you need to pay. See, that's what
we
I'm saying.
talking
I look at
about
it
business.
differently.
That's
You
business partners,
No,
brother.
no, I look at it
Not,
differently. I
not
look at it
guarantee.
way different
Not
from how you look
guarantee
at it. I
them
need
women
women.
cheating,
I do
brother.
not want to rob a woman of her essence or
Why
who
do
she
you
is.
think you gotta rob a woman
Because
if they're bringing their gifts and they're gonna use it in your family? Like if they as long as they get to
right,
use
exactly.
what God
So
has given them, it's nothing wrong with that.
that's what I'm
What I'm
talking
saying
about.
is,
That's what I
why
just
can't y'all
said.
do it as one instead of trying to say, oh, that's her own thing and that's her own thing? Nah,
No,
put all of y'all
this
Right.
in
is
one.
no. Wait. The reason why I say that is this. Let me explain it. The reason why I say that is because I care about each individual, right? So
Right.
I don't know what would happen in the future. All I'm saying to them, wait a minute, all I'm saying to them is this. If something should go wrong, if something is a problem, or if I die or anything may happen, you still have your own empire to live off of in case I cannot be able to help you any
You
longer.
must not know. Then if they really loved you and they still family, they're gonna stay together. Why would they break up?
I
Like
don't know what's going to happen. People break up all the time.
And
I
then
don't know.
they
and
got
if
It's
will.
just
they
my
do, then you
insurance
the same
policy.
Got
way y'all
It's
will.
building
my
it that
insurance
way, they can
policy to
still build
them.
it. If you
Uh,
got your gifts and you got your talents and you're using
Do
it
you
for
have your
what
own
God
empire?
has planned for
Number
you, guess
three.
what? No
Number
matter
three.
where you come from, you're still
Number
gonna be
three.
able to build it up.
Number three. Do you have your own empire?
Yeah, I built my own empire. I got three
Do you
kids
have your
to take
well,
care
what
of.
is your
I got my
empire?
own
What is your
business.
empire?
I run my own cleaning service here in
O-
Ohio,
Okay, or you from the Midwest? I'm from the
yes,
Midwest too.
Columbus,
So
Ohio.
let's just say hypothetically speaking. Just say hypothetically we were in a relationship. Hypothetically, right? You have a cleaning empire,
Uh
right?
huh.
And I have a film company, right? So by you having your own cleaning empire, I will look at it like, yes, I will want you to be able to come and help us. Also, I will want to be able to help your own cleaning empire to go get the resources it needs to make your company bigger. That's your vision. That's your goal. That's your
Right,
life. That's your thing, right?
right.
So all I'm going to do is I want to be able to bring power to it to make you even more invincible when you come out to the world as my queen.
That's
That's all I'm doing.
your relationship comes into play. Like you all are using what you have to make yourselves greater. What I'm saying is, when you spoke of, oh, everybody got their own empire in a empire, that won't work because you'll have too many foundations. You only need
right,
one.
right,
You only need one
and
foundation.
that's what I was speaking on what I'm doing in America. You
Okay.
know. So basically, we're gonna build until, but the what me and three may disagree. Well, not disagree, but I'm eventually it's gonna get to a point where I'm taking care of all my wives and they won't have to work. You
I
understand?
don't want to take care
Yeah,
of all of them so they don't have to work.
listen. You know, when you start a business, you know you can break it into pieces just in case, like how you said to me, uh, a prenup, just in case something happened. You
No,
can
it's not
make
a
it
prenup.
where
It's not.
each.
No, no, no,
I'm
no. It's
just
not
saying
a prenup.
that's how I perceive it in my mind.
No,
But
no, it's
anyways,
not a prenup. It's
well,
not.
what I'm
All it
saying
is.
is
Listen,
you can
listen,
always
listen.
make sure the empire is broken into pieces. When you got a business, you can say, okay, everybody in this business owns 10% of it. So you can either sell your 10% when you leave, or you can stay in it and just collect the money. That way, you're not walking away without nothing. You still getting a percentage of something you built, even if you're not in that family anymore. You still can either
Oh,
collect or you can sell out. They could
that's
buy
that's
you
your
off.
that's your
And
perspective
that could go,
of
and that could trickle down to for
of my
generations upon
situation.
generations
My
upon
situation is
generations.
totally
That could go to
different.
the
My
kids,
situation
the
works
grandkids.
good for
You
me,
understand what I'm saying? Do people understand what I'm saying?
but my
If you have a
situation works
business,
good for me.
huh?
By ensuring that a woman has her own empire, right? By
No,
her, that takes the load off
that,
of me to be
no,
able to do all these different things. They
that,
need to have their own thing that they were born with. They were born with stuff before I even met them. So
Yeah,
I would look at the side of that woman, like I did each one of them. I looked inside them. I was like, what is it that you know how to do good? So instead of working a job, you need to have your own empire. You need to be a queen. So every queen has her own empire.
right.
So I'm going to empower you to the
so,
point where you have
so
your own
let me ask
empire.
you this question,
So
brother. Let me
what's
let me ask
go ahead.
you this question, brother.
Go ahead.
Why these women like out building they empire? What time do you have with them? Why they and how are they taking care of you
The
and raising kids and trying to build an
in the
empire, brother?
home,
I'm about to explain it to you.
The
So
I,
answer the
family is
question.
the empire. The
I'm ta-
family
I'm
is the
ta-
business.
I'm
Like,
talking to I'm talking to number two because
he
he
I'm
talking
talking
about
go
to
about
ahead.
explain it to
everybody
you.
had a 9 to 5. Everybody got to have a business. But that's the battle. Well,
I'm
not
talking to hold on. I wanted number two to answer the question
All right.
I am trying to.
because he want a woman to have a business and run an empire. So
right.
like when do you have time? When are you gonna have time to
Well, let
build
him
and
answer
mind
Right.
with the woman? You understand?
without interrupting him. Let him answer.
This how I have time. So what happens is during the day, she'll leave and go run her company. Whenever she gets back is when I enjoy the time with her. And a lot of times when she does come back, I am the one that's helping her. Like like I'll get her bath water ready for it, the house to be straight
Ah,
for her, whatever.
he,
I'll be
You
like,
mean
hey, you
helping
cool with everything?
them
You straight?
because it's
Let me
more
finish.
than one? You mean helping them because it's gonna be more than one woman.
Right,
right.
exactly. Just let me.
So
I'm
it
trying to
ain't
explain
gonna
it
be
to
like,
you.
oh, I'm just helping her. And women are
He not
already one
he not
woman is
a
hard to
polygamous
deal with.
relationship,
Imagine
man.
3, 4 women in a household.
What you
Yeah,
say?
he capping, man.
Imagine 3 or 4 women in one household. And we love attention. We need our attention. We need our
No,
affection. We
no,
need
no.
our,
See, that's the
you know what I
problem
mean?
that you
We need
have.
our
Let me
time.
finish, please. Can I finish? The problem is my polygamy relationship ain't ran with you. My polygamy relationship is each woman has her own household, her own castle. They have their own castle and they have their own empire. So each individual woman can be the fullest queen that she possibly can. Let me give
Now,
you an
you
example.
capping,
Let me
dog. You
let me give you an example.
Jesus
Let
No,
me give
Christ.
you an example.
that
you
is the
capping.
original polygamous
No,
way.
ain't nothing wrong with
Let me
that,
give you an
soldier.
That's
example.
Ain't
Can I
not
give
the
you an
polygamy.
example,
That's
please?
not the
nothing wrong with
original
that,
polygamy.
soldier.
Please,
Ain't
Yes,
nothing
it
wrong
please.
is.
with
Can I
that.
finish?
It was if you take on a wife,
Right.
you are the provider, and each woman is to be established in her own home, in her own
Yes,
setting,
thank you.
and you
But
are the
that's not what
man.
he's saying, though.
No, no,
That's
no,
That's what I
no.
number
am
I'm
seven.
talking
saying.
to
Go
number
ahead. Go
six.
ahead.
This
I'm
Go ahead,
talking
number
to
seven.
number
You know it
six.
all.
number 2 is not saying that, soldier. He's
Yes,
saying
I
that.
am.
No, what she's saying is true. I agree with what she's saying.
That's what I'm saying. If
What
you
you're
let me finish,
saying is
I'm gonna let you
these
explain
women.
it to.
No,
I'm gonna
no, no,
explain
no.
it to
She
you.
said you provide though. You want
Right?
the woman to go out here and work
Let
a
me
nine to
explain
five.
it.
I mean,
Let
work
me
her ass
explain
off and
it.
come home and build a house. Like that's
Let me
that.
explain it. Let me explain it.
Let me
Each
explain.
This
woman has her
Bible.
own house, right? So the girl that runs her good is her publishing company. She has her own house, her own castle. So what that does for me is she's from another culture as well. So I don't have women from the same culture. I have women from different cultures. So what happens is I'll go to her. She can be say she's Samoan, right? I'll go to her, and what I learn is I learn about Samoan culture without everybody else around her making her feel bad about her culture. I will learn how
That's a man
Samoan
right
people
there.
eat. I'll learn how Samoan people sleep. I'll learn
Okay.
everything about her culture and who she is and all those different types of things,
Okay.
right? So the thing is, and then I'll go to the other girl's house, right? She's a white woman, right? I'll go to her house. She's a
She said
fashion
polygamy.
designer. So I'll go to her house and I'll learn everything about fashion design. I learn about how she cooked and all that stuff. So what does that help me? It makes me multicultural of a man because my business endeavors is multicultural around the world. So what I do is when I go over there, I help them fill in the voids that they need in order to be able to run their empires. So I may go by there and I may
brother.
wash the dishes. I may go by there
You
and
got
bring in groceries.
all
I
those
may go by
households
there and
together.
spend the night talking to her about her business
You
plans or
got
whatever it
all
may be.
those
Nah,
households
Can I
I
add on something? Can I add on something real
next
quick?
subject,
I just want to
please.
say
Please,
this. I just
please.
want
them
to say
women
this.
got another nigga, man.
This is crazy.
Go ahead,
Can I just
Ricky.
say this? Okay. When you talk about matriarchy and the standard, basically women had a sisterhood, which a lot of women don't have today. They don't
Exactly.
have the same respect for each
Right.
other that they
Right.
should have for each other. The power and command that they do have as goddesses, they don't see themselves as that no more, and that's because of the environment and also from toxic masculinity that's been done from
Exactly.
slavery and the colonization of the world. Now, when you go into the things now, what this man is doing a good plan of polygamy for himself because first he has a Samoan woman that comes from a
Read
matriarchal
that.
standpoint. And he has a white woman that basically is subservient to her man because
She's not
they in their
subservient.
society.
You're wrong. She's not subservient.
Okay,
Not
but
mine. Not mine.
okay, that's what. Okay, well you can say that. But what I'm saying is,
Baby.
in their culture and their standard, the women are not put in high regard. The only
Right.
so what I'm saying is, all in all, if you want to go to a good matriarchal standpoint when it comes to the times of today, women right now are not being in a matriarchal position, so they're actually being pimped by men that
Now
are
here,
in these polygamy relationships. So this man seems like he's doing it halfway right when it comes
It's
to
like
he's
he's
picking a
pimping them.
certain
He's
aspect
like,
about
I'm
him.
gonna show up, make sure these girls are doing, keep them in line, keep them happy. You know what I mean? I'll do a little something for you, a little
Let me tell
something
you
for you.
why he's right. Let me tell you why he's right though. Let me tell you, it's
baby.
not okay, but at the same reason he's right. His only purpose in this world is to reproduce for genetic diversity, for the women to have genetically different bloodline. So
Okay.
we don't
I'm not
keep on
doing that.
making it, and we won't have no kids that having one lump on the side of their head and they're acting all crazy
It's
because it's their interbred.
the same.
Because we're all mixed bloods. We all got blood that's mixed. We don't have original blood. So we can't have sex with our great great cousin and nothing's gonna happen because those people in the tribes, they're all cousins and stuff, and they're closely related, but within their tribe. You see, their blood is stronger. It's a different thing. So when it comes to us, because we all mixed up because of
Blue
the
blood
of
better than
slavery,
the blue blood.
you hear
Man,
what I'm saying?
what's up
The
what's up with these men talking about like men is pimping women these come on, man.
What I'm saying,
what I'm
Y'all
saying is in a
y'all
lot of the polygamy
crazy.
relationships, a lot of men are just basically
I just
getting
heard
women to
somebody
do
say they
things
blood
for them.
stronger
But
than the next
let's
blood.
take
Oh
Weird.
God, I'm
let's
already
take
there.
Nature Boy
That's
for
what
example.
y'all
Nature
talk.
Boy for example. Let's take Nature Boy for example. Nature Boy is a certain type of dude that gets these women that are basically weak in the mind in certain aspects. They don't have a job. They don't have certain things going for them. And then they basically get him because he's collecting women.
Man,
This is
you
a form
hating,
of
young,
pimping
man.
they're
You
for his
young,
hate
own
you,
benefit.
haven't
you
Then
had
he
sex
gets,
hating,
in
man.
years.
wait. There's other matriarchal people like that dude on Facebook that basically he has good women that he picks. How about Polite? Polite got good women that he picks. He has they all have
Wait,
careers that
These are all your
wait.
perspectives.
Man,
If he
the
done
work
lived since
fuck,
the 90s,
one you.
oh please,
Yeah,
child.
Now,
let me
see,
man.
Please,
that's a
child.
different perspective. So when we talk about this stuff, we gotta learn the
My
difference
child.
Nobody
between
Baby,
pimping
care,
and
you
man.
know
polygamy.
you from New York, you know what it is. Baby. But hold up, baby. Baby.
Come on, man. Stop hating on the God, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man.
What you
It,
say, Grateful?
it,
everybody got their
No,
own
it is
cross
what it is.
to
It's just the
carry.
it
truth.
is
I
it
mean, and
is
it's a
what
lot
it
of
is,
You know
people
what I
can deal
mean?
with
man.
that.
Everybody got their own cross to carry, good, bad,
On
or
the
indifferent.
real, like
Right.
motherfuckers agree to certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then here come a nigga with his cape on. Oh, he pimping her.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
I've been
shit.
podcasting
Oh shit.
flavor
A
here, but
nigga,
when I
and then
get
a nigga,
clarity
then a
to a
nigga talking, then a
situation,
I'm
nigga
here.
a
talking
lot of
about.
I'm
niggas can't
Hold
take
up,
it.
hold
here.
up, then
They
hold
be
up,
stuck
hold
on
up.
their bullshit.
Motherfucking woman could be grown as shit, making her own decisions. Here this nigga go, oh, she weak in the brain, she stupid. She ain't Come on, man. Y'all
My
Right.
niggas
nigga,
You
you
get it
gotta
didn't
together,
do
man.
act.
what I
What
Get
said,
it
though. You
together,
didn't
man.
do what I
Get it
said, bro.
sometimes
together.
I
the
basically
People,
decisions
people
you
out here
choose to
doing what they want to
do.
do,
let me
man.
make it more simpler for you so
People
you can
out here.
understand.
Nah, it ain't simple. I
Basically,
heard you the
brother,
first time.
you are here for just genetic diversity. That's it. There ain't nothing else you can do. You can go in a group of women if they have sisterhood. And let's take it like this. Let's say if they had a girl that was got a homegirl and they got a homegirl, a group of girls. They all went to school together, went to college together. And then they was all like, look, we like him. We all like him. You know what? I want to have kids with him. And if I have kids with him, you have kids with them, they're gonna be brother, and we gonna all have a family together as a sisterhood. They looking at you it's just basically the seed to go and plant into their soil. So when they go have this family and this union, basically they're making it from your progeny of your gene line and making these other kids because they have a sisterhood. If the women have sisterhood, polygamy would be easy. Because they'll pick the
And
one guy. They say, hey, look, we're a
man
team. We want to
has
get
to
you.
make
We pick
sure
you.
that the
We choose you.
sisterhood
You know what I
can
mean?
strive. Now, if you got a man that's toxic and all he does is play the woman against each other and make sure that
Right,
he
that's a
keeps them
toxic
against
man.
each
But
other,
we
you gotta
talking
have a
about
strong-minded male
we
with
talking about
masculine
something different. We
energy
talking about a
that
woman,
can make
womanhood.
sure
Y'all
that
all
women
voting for one man. Okay,
are
go ahead.
able to stay in that sisterhood because women can't be catty, women can't be competitive, women can't be jealous and envious of each other because it's in us to do. But
Sisterhood.
at the same time, if a man is there, feeding into that and feeding that energy
It
and not
makes
being
it
there
worse.
trying to put women down and speak to us like, you know what, y'all got to stop this. Now, whatever you got to say, put it on the table. We're going to deal with it now and that shit going to end. But if you got a man that's like,
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
you know what,
Sisterhood
she
needs
is a
to be there.
bitch.
Number
And
three.
yeah,
Number
you
three.
know what
That's
I'm
why
saying?
I'm
You got to have a
saying
strong-minded
you taking the
man.
negative that might have happened to
Huh?
certain situations. I'm taking it
I'm
as
not
when women have a
negative. What
sisterhood
I'm
with
saying
each other
is
and they all got
a
agreement
sisterhood
and they
got
all
to stay
got
a
pride.
sisterhood, but
Okay,
it has to
you
have a male there that can keep it that way also.
okay,
Period.
look, this is where you have it wrong. This is why I'm gonna tell you have it wrong. See, when you say that you need a man to keep it that way, that's just telling me that you don't have enough sisterhood in
Nah,
yourself to see your sister
of
and look
course,
at
you
her
need
and
the
make an
man.
No,
The
agreement.
that's not
man
what
is
I'm
the
saying at
knowledge,
all. I
nigga.
grew up in a house full of
What you
people.
talking about?
I grew up in a house with at least 8 people. You understand? So I
Okay,
know how it is, and I grew up with sisters
Right.
and females in the house. We have menstruals. We go through things. Women are different from males. You
Right.
can't tell me about a
Right.
female because I
I
am
know
a
a lot
female.
of women,
You
especially
can
a lot
tell
of
me
black
about
women
a
today,
man all
they
day.
don't
You can
like
tell me
other
about
black
a
women.
Man,
masculine
the
man.
man,
You
as
can tell
men,
me
we
about masculine
provide the
energy all day.
knowledge,
But you can't
man.
tell me about a
You
female.
feel
No,
me?
you provide structure, like you said before,
Yeah,
which you were
structure,
correct about.
knowledge is the structure, nigga. What are you talking about?
In a house, they need law and order. They need a
No
judge
man
if you're
tell
not a
me
Right,
about
jury,
right.
no
right?
female
That's
energy,
So
the
but
knowledge.
what I'm
tell
saying
me
is,
about a male's energy all day. But you cannot tell me about no female energy.
okay,
Period.
let me give you an example. I live in a house all my life with 4 or 5 women in my house. I didn't have no family there. I had my mother, my grandma, my aunties, and my cousins. They all females. They all made sure that I always would stick around and basically help me through life by guiding me in certain situations when I didn't have a man there. So when I had to go fight a dude, when me took me over to the school and said you're gonna have to fight him and beat him up. If I came home with a black eye, if I needed some knowledge about some spirituality, I go talk to my grandma. My auntie was over there taking me everywhere, getting gear, do these other things, going out. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why
Go to the
you
girls' house, drop me off at the
feel.
girls' house. So let me
Those
tell you
are
something, bro.
all
This is
females from
let
different
me let me tell
generations,
you something. Let me
different
tell you something.
times,
When you talk
different
about
knowledges.
somebody, you
You
gotta
went to your
understand.
aunt, you went to your aunt for certain things. When you went to your grandmother, you went to your grandma for
It's a
certain things. When you
sisterhood.
went to your mother, you went to your mother for certain things. You know why? Because they all came from a different generation. You know what? I know the difference between my
Wait,
grandmother's
whoa. Okay.
energy
They
and
came
what my
from
sister,
my auntie,
which
my
is
mom came
two
from the
years
same family.
older than me, her energy is going to be different from when I go to
Right.
my
I don't want
grandmother,
to
who was
argue number
20 years
three.
older than me.
You right.
You
I'm
understand
just
what I'm
gonna
saying?
leave it like that. I try to give you the knowledge, but it's okay.
Hey,
I just say my opinion.
Wait
That
a
was
minute,
just
number,
Queen.
my
You
opinion.
number
understand what
three,
You
I'm
guys
saying?
take
bad.
that. I'm gonna put it on you
You
now.
You ain't
said
telling
that
her
you
nothing.
have four different females in your life, but they all came from different generations. Look, my sister and my relationship is so totally different from me and my great grandmother.
He's
You know
blessed to
why?
have that.
Because she came from a different time. She teaches me things that she learned in her life at that time. You understand? But she can't teach me about the things that happen in our day, me and my sister day. Now, when I go to my sister, I can base our relationship upon things that's going on right now in our time as we growing up then. You understand? Do you
Yes,
Can
she
understand?
can.
change
She
under
can
the
still
You
sun,
teach.
my boy.
understand what I'm
She
saying?
just don't want to listen. She can still
No, I'm
teach
listening
you
to what
because
you're
ain't
saying,
nothing
and
really
I understand
different.
what you're saying
She can teach you, but you
too.
just don't
You're
want to
saying
listen.
it's differences. No, I'm listening to you. I
What you say,
don't
Rivo?
get intimidated by
Rivo?
me, bro. I'm not trying to like talk down nothing like that. I'm
Rivo,
listening
what
to
you
what she's
say?
saying. She's telling me that
No,
it's
I'm not
different
talking about you,
generations.
but I'm saying no, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying I think that you are blessed to have women from different generations,
Yeah.
to be
Hell
able to teach
yeah.
you.
Hell
Right.
yeah.
That is a
But
blessing.
I understand
That's a
that. I
blessing like
understand
a
that.
motherfucker.
But my mom and my auntie and her other sister were basically in the same generation. They just went to different schools at different times. They were
Yeah.
back to back.
My
So
question,
they're in
That's a
the same
blessing.
generation. They graduated different
my
years.
question,
And my grandma was the elder.
my
Yeah.
And she
question
was basically
was,
telling them
But
it's
that's what
nothing new under
that's
the
what I was
sun. The
trying
same
to
what,
shit
say.
happened to
what
her
the
when she
hell,
was going on
what the
in there.
hell was
So you know
women,
what
what
I
the
mean?
hell was women teaching you as a young man? That's
That's
what I
what I'm
want to
trying to
know.
say too. Like, I don't know.
I
So
mean,
this
don't
is
get me wrong.
this
No,
is
I'm
I
the
gonna tell you
mixing
what it
stuff
is.
saying.
it was
You
her
tell me
thing.
What
what
the
it is
woman
about my
does.
life. Tell me.
Listen. What the woman does to teach the man, she teaches the man what not to be.
Right.
Yeah, like
That's what
nurturing.
happens.
We can nurture
Right.
you. We can teach you how to be loved. We can teach you how it is for a female to love you. We can teach you
And
how to
I'm
be,
going to agree with number two too.
more
When
gentle,
I didn't have a lot of guidance in
compassionate.
other
We
matters.
can't teach
I
you
had to
how to
learn
be
above
masculine.
my head.
You how to just you go through when you're developing. We can't teach you how to become a man.
If
Right.
you
Period.
That's
if
We
you
can't.
That's what
respect your
white
elders,
society is
those
telling you,
women
and
are
that's
going
why
to
I was
teach you
telling you it's
what
about
not to
slavery
be.
and other
She's
things.
going to teach you what
that's
not to be. What kind of man
That's
not to be.
well,
colonization.
No,
well,
that's not slavery.
number
That's
two,
experience. I'm
number
35
two,
years
you
old.
number two, you
Me
can
too.
say that, but like that's what do you think? What do you think these men running around here today? They was raised by a single
And
mother.
yes,
You understand? You understand?
No, those
And
single
There's a
mothers.
lot of
Wait.
great men
it
Those
that
was
were
single
raised
it,
mothers.
by single
Those
So
single
mothers
mothers
like
slow
told
that.
down
them
to
what
this
to
day.
do,
Come
was
on.
and they
Let's
didn't
not
listen to
sing,
their
do that.
moms, and the streets
Let's
raised them.
uh,
not do that. There's a
Those
lot of
those
great
dudes
men
did
that
that
came
shit
from
because the
single
other men
mothers.
taught them that shit.
We're
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
you
do
know they ain't
that.
Other
gonna
men in the
do that,
street
but
taught them
it's
how to
fine.
do that crazy ass shit. That woman
about
didn't do that.
They can
a
degrade
lot
it.
of
They can degrade it if
generations
they want because
going
that's
by
showing where their mind is
like our
when it comes to
generation's babies
toxicity.
was like when the crack thing hit the scene, and that shit
And guess who was
literally
selling it to the
destroyed the whole
black
generation.
family? The black male.
Yeah, it fucked up the
Right.
whole family. I grew up
Yeah,
without my parents. My dad
yeah.
was murdered and on crack cocaine. So you know what I mean? I, it,
No,
And
I
who
it really
sold your
understand
fucked
mama
up.
that.
that
And I had
I
crack? I
understand
bet
where
you was a
all
black
my
you're
dude.
coming
friends.
from as
I had a
well.
lot of friends grew up this exact way because of crack cocaine
But
when it destroyed the whole generation.
but
That's
there
why I said
For
that
real,
crack cocaine era
that fucked
destroyed
up
the
a
black family
whole
more than
Yeah,
slavery.
generation.
it was from colonization and the
It really
situations
did.
of the environment.
It
That's
really
what
did.
messed this up. And especially when it was Planned Parenthood and when there was the man in the house degrading the men for the
Well, no,
sake
they
of
survived. They had to
pleasantries
get
and
on,
gifts and things from the government. Even
assistance,
to
and
this
then when
day,
you get on
they
assistance, you can't
raise
have
the
a man in
baby
the house.
and they get money for it. You know what I mean? So that was another thing. It's not none of our faults. It's really society because we're still under
Yeah.
captivity. We're not really free.
we're
We're not
not,
really free
we're
to
not under
anything about
I'm
kids or
free. I
captivity
don't know
anything like
about you. I'm free.
on
well,
the
you
real.
you
Like
can
that, he
you
putting
can
his
say
own
that.
self in captivity, man.
I
Shit,
mean,
I'm free. I don't know
I
about y'all.
had
I'm
to talk.
free.
I had to
but
tell
you
him
know,
that.
if the police pull you over, they can pass, and then
Yeah, but
nothing because
you could pull
this is
somebody over and kill them
captivity.
too. Like you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
But
who
I'm
cares?
explaining
You
it.
could
That's
kill
why
a
I'm
cop too.
telling
Yeah.
you it's
Yeah.
So,
captivity.
So what
brother.
makes you
You
think
know
I'm
what
gonna
I
be
mean?
the victim? What makes you think I'm gonna be the
Stop
victim?
running through here, crazy.
No, I'm not trying to put you on there. I was just making an example. Let me just say Joe Schmo that's black went out there and they he thinks that he's free to do whatever. He yells at that cop will blast him, but he won't do that to the white person. You see,
What?
this is captivity. It's illusion of free will. I'm just telling you how things work. I mean, if you don't look at the news and the things that's been going on since the 90s, wait a minute, the 50s, wait a minute, the 60s, wait a minute, the 30s, it was way worse than that
I
time,
don't
right?
look
We
at
still,
the news. I
so
don't
when you
look at
go,
the
Man,
news.
you
people been
understand
killing
that
cops
we
too.
still
We
in
just don't
captivity.
hear about it. The news is playing mind games on you.
Yes, you
Be
came
killing
here.
Oh
cops. We
man,
don't hear about that. That's why
well,
it's not
that's fine too. But
Ah,
it's not really a big news
it
because
ain't
we
that
ain't been
many.
programmed to
It
know
ain't
that.
that many. It
Real
ain't
okay,
that
talk. What you
many.
say,
all right.
Ernest?
It ain't that many. Pour yourself,
I'll
people.
put myself
I've
up
been
over. I
sitting
was
back.
trying to.
I have been listening to you grateful, wonderful beings. And I appreciate the fact that we are all here able to sit with one another and battle and still love one another through the battle. However, we are all correct, even within our own things. We are all
Right,
correct, right?
right,
Every
Yeah,
last one of us
Amen.
is all correct.
right.
Amen.
All of
right.
us are all correct. The thing is, though, for me personally, I think that our problem and our issue is that we have been provided a doctrine. Doctrines have been given Follow me. Chaz.
Hey, Fluke.
Wait a minute, y'all.
Yeah,
I ain't
take
even
it.
gonna play with you. I was
What?
about to build on something, but something just happened in my household.
What?
Oh,
Are you serious?
Go take care of that
Ah,
immediately.
Okay.
I've been
well, go
approached.
take care of
I've been
that.
approached
Go
in
take care
some
of that.
manners that yeah.
Are
Well,
you for real?
I'm
get
gonna let
off,
y'all keep
get
building
off
because
the internet.
something just happened. I gotta calm down.
Okay,
All right.
goodbye.
All right.
Sit,
Just
Hope
go
happened.
down.
you're
Hold on.
okay.
She said something
Hell
happened in the
no.
house.
I
Don't
ain't
calm
gonna let.
down. Get off.
What she said?
Grateful.
But
What
baby,
happened?
I'm not. No, I'm not getting off, baby. I'm just gonna I'm not cam down, but like mic off, not
What
Oh
you
cam
yeah,
down, dog.
mute your mic then.
Thank you.
Appreciate.
Handle your business.
Hold on. What she said happened in the house?
Thanks, Fluke. Whatever it is, she said it was something serious, but
The police out that
did you hear the
I
ambulance?
would, yes, I would be getting off now.
Bigo. Man, I've been how
Please.
long?
I cannot.
Oh,
Oh
Been
my
going on like
gosh.
3, 4 hours.
he
Honor,
was
I
like,
love
oh,
this
I, you
panel tonight.
know what?
This is
I know, right?
good.
Keep this motherfucker.